Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you the revamped Gemini deck that I believe is here to take on the meta because of this card, Bad Aim. If you guys watched my video a couple days ago, I talked about how good I think Bad Aim is and how I had completely misunderstood the effect at the beginning. I thought you could only chain it to an effect that's targeting, but you can chain this to literally anything your opponent activates. You just can't destroy the card that it's activating. And a lot of people are like, oh well, it's so situational because most of the time you want to destroy the card that's activating the effect. True, but being able to destroy anything at all is still amazing. And in a deck like Gemini that you know, what you want to do with Gemini is you want to be able to disrupt your opponent's play, whether it's destroying something with Gemini Spark, whether it's floodgating, or you know, using Canadia. That's what Gemini was so good at. And when the meta shift and we got things like Ancient Gear and stuff that doesn't really care about back row, that's when this deck started to suffer. You can't run Drowning Mirror Force anymore. You can't run Wall Disruption. You can't run Mirror Walls. And I believe that Bad Aim was the missing link to make this deck great again. I used this to get to King of Games, I think like 2 or 3 seasons ago, and I haven't been able to use it since just because it wasn't competing. And Bad Aim just completely made this deck. Okay, before we go through the deck list, I want to show you guys this because you guys only get to see 5 replays, but I've played this deck all day long. The ladder just reset, by the way. I played this deck all day long. We took an L right there. Everything else wins. So 9-1 in the last 10, but I probably played this for like close to 30 duels, and it's just amazing. We're still using balance because we want to open one monster, either Gemini Spark or Supervise. You guys know what this deck does. Valkyria is going to destroy a monster. Evocator is going to be able to destroy anything as long as you send the Supervise to the grave. And then we have the one and only Heavy Knight of the Flame, who can banish anything that has been special summoned. He's also a zombie, so it catches vampires off guard. They'll attack into it thinking they're going to be able to get a boost from Vampire Kingdom, only to find out that Heavy Knight of the Flame also gets the boost and their monster gets destroyed. Canadia's Floodgates, I don't have to really explain. So really the whole deck list explanation is about Bad Aim. If you guys don't understand the immediate applications it has against Ancient Gears, if they have a gear town, whether it's face down or face up, and they activate Breaker the Magical Warrior, you use this, destroy the gear town first as a chain link 2, and it's gonna miss timing. If they use Galaxy Cyclone, you do the same. If they use Double Cyclone, you do the same. So it's really strong against Ancient Gears. Spellbooks is another deck. You see a blue boy, they search a secrets, they activate secrets, you destroy their blue boy, their turn is over. And I don't know. Some people are saying that they don't think the card is good, and I honestly think it's because people are not using it, so they haven't seen what it's capable of doing. And yeah, you're not gonna see it on the ladder. I didn't run into Bad Aim once in the ladder today, and like I said, I played close to 30 duels, so people are definitely not using it. And I don't know, maybe I should be happy that people are not using it because I believe it's a super good card, and maybe I should just take advantage of it and, you know, try to climb with this deck next season, or this season that just reset. So here we're going up against 30 card Gemini. I know you're thinking 30 card Gemini is not meta, but when they get grass, most of the time they're able to just OTK off of damage. And I wanted you guys to see the different ways Gemini is disrupt. Like I said, Gemini Spark, Floodgate, and Bad Aim. I have all 3 pieces so you guys can see the exact interactions from the card. So we're gonna destroy a Wing Kribo, basic stall strategy until they get their grass looks greener. Notice that after I summoned my Heavy Knight of the Flame, he went for Hallowed Life Barrier immediately. The reason he did that is because if this is a flute and he special summons a Wing Kribo, Heavy Knight of the Flame is just gonna banish the Kribo, and then they're not protected for that turn. So he's forced to use the Hollow Life Barrier, picks up a grass, and this is normally when Gem Knights just beat you. But look at how much I can stop. Not this turn. Anyway, next turn. So here we're gonna see the Flute of Summoning Kribo. As I knew it was, we're gonna banish that. Still hit him for 2100. So Heavy Knight of the Flame, a soft counter to Wing Kribo. He rolls a 5. So he's got grass and he rolled a 5. Brilliant Diamond. Nice. Look at this. Gemini Lazuli in the graveyard. I'm gonna go ahead and chain my bad aim. Get rid of that later Brilliant Diamond. So yeah, if later Brilliant Diamond is activating the effect, you would want to destroy that and you can't, but it's not like that's the only scenario. I don't know. I think people are sleeping on bad aim, and I'm just really excited about the card. We're gonna see Master Diamond. We're gonna go into Floodgate. And then after that, I still have a Gemini Spark. Gemini Fusion yet again. So yeah, Gemini is very consistent. A control deck. I just love playing it, man, and I'm really excited to be able to play it again. It at this high level. We're gonna use Gemini Spark, destroy the Lazuli. I decided to keep my Heavy Knight of the Flame and get rid of my Valkyria because I want to be able to banish those Kribos that I'm sure are. There's one left, so that's what I was playing around. We're gonna see the Flute of Summoning Kribo. I'm gonna chain my Gemini Spark, get rid of this monster. We just send the Supervise to the grave, so we're gonna get a monster back. We get to banish this Kribo and win the game. Alright, so everything else is a what I guess I consider a meta deck. I think we're starting off with Karakuri. Very strong deck. I only couldn't get replaced against spellbooks and vampires because I didn't go against any spellbooks, and the only vampire player I went against suicided into my Heavy Knight of the Flame because of Vampire Kingdom, and after that it became a pretty lame replay. So instead I got these 4 for y'all. Heavy Knight of the Flame, we have double bad aim, 1 Gemini Spark, and double bad aim. Gonna go for level augmentation. The key is knowing when to bad aim. So I could bad aim here, which I will. Gonna destroy the Ninishi. And now his synchro play is dead. Anatomy is obviously a really good card. It's something that you would want to destroy, but I want to save my second bad aim for something better. Let's see him switch into defense mode. Goes for Ninishi number 2. He's gonna summon Armades. Activate Anatomy. Had he not activated Anatomy and just attacked, I'm forced to use my Spark. But he wanted to get that spicy +1 with Anatomy, so that gives me a chance to activate Bad Aim. Armades, get out of here. So look at that. Even though he got an extra card, he searched a card. Look how much he thinned his deck, and still his card advantage is left to 1 Canadian, 2 in hand. He's gonna Canadian my Heavy Knight, which is unfortunate. My Spark is dead, but I have Canadia. So we're gonna go ahead and stop that 1400. I pick up an Evocator. We're gonna destroy the Paleozoic, and the reason why I didn't destroy this is because he gets a special summon, so I want to destroy this with a card effect such as Gemini Spark. Pretty cool card, Living Fossil. I have a Floodgate though, and now I get to summon my own Canadia. Gonna set a card. We're gonna try to destroy this Ninishi. Destroy this guy. I knew he was gonna summon this card, but like I said, I had the Gemini Spark. I was trying to bait the activation of this card. I thought it was an offering, so I wanted him to target something with offerings and then me tribute that with Gemini Spark. That's why I did that a little weird. It's gonna get another Anatomy. Activate Anatomy. Synchro summon a second Armades. We're gonna go ahead and Gemini Spark that. And that's the game. So the control deck got controlled. Next we have a Kawaki Mirror deck. And looking back, this is probably not the best Kawaki play, but you know, this duel made me very salty. Like, I think this duel, I've always hated Wing Kribo, but this duel in particular was just so dumb that I now hate Wing Kribo even more. So we're going first. We have really good starting hand. 2 Canadia, Evocator with Supervise. Set 1, okay. What's that? Oh, Wing Kribo. Okay, cool. You get a free turn. There you go. Okay, off the top of the deck. What's that? Let me destroy that with Valkyria. Oh, cool. Wing Kribo. You get another turn. Alright, off the top of the deck. What's that? Oh, a third Wing Kribo. Wow. 3 Kribos in a row. Yeah. We're gonna Canadia the Urnite straight away. We're gonna Canadia the Maximus straight away. Get a Canadia back on the field. And that's pretty much a win. We're gonna go ahead and destroy one monster using Evocator. The other one with Gemini Spark. Supervise is gonna summon the monster back. And we win. 3 Wing Kribos in a row. I guess you could say that's unlucky, but annoying is what I would call that. Alright, next we have Ubel. Ubel is pretty easy to counter for this deck because of bad aim. You can make them miss timing with your bad aim. You can also make them miss timing with Supervise and Gemini Spark. So there's plenty of ways to get rid of their Ubel. This duel in particular, I don't know if I played it the most optimal way. First of all, he's playing Power of Dark, which is weird. I guess he doesn't have the other skill. But we have double bad aim and Gemini Spark. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack this Wing Kribo. Wow, what a surprise! 4th Wing Kribo in a row. He goes Fire King Island. He's gonna destroy the Ubel. And all I had to do here, if I wanted to, all I had to do was wait until the end phase for the second phase to activate the effect. Chain my Gemini Spark, and he would have missed timing. But I really wanted to put bad aim to the show. So I end up doing probably a less optimal play. We're gonna chain or bad aim to Fire King Island. So second phase is gonna get summoned and it's gonna get destroyed right away. And now we have third phase to deal with. But for that we have the Gemini Spark, so it's okay. I believe instead I decided to destroy the Yashka because if I knew he was gonna activate the effect. And now I can activate my second bad aim to destroy the third phase Ubel. And he destroyed a Phoenix, but we pick up a Floodgate, so no need to use my Heavy Knight. We're just gonna Floodgate the Sacred Phoenix. And then the following turn, when our Supervise is not in danger, we can just banish said Phoenix. So here, I'm feeling pretty good. I thought I was in full control. My opponent top decks Fire King Island. Apparently has another Ubel. So I'm gonna have to deal with phase 2 yet again. And there's not a whole lot I can do. The best thing I can do is summon my Valkyria back. Normal summon it, get a counter, and flip this thing face down so that when I destroy it, it doesn't get the effect because it's not face up when it was destroyed. That's exactly what we'll do. We'll get a counter, flip it over to Canadia, use the counter to destroy the Ubel. So that is Ubel phase 2 defeated for a second time. He picks up a Phoenix, and at this point I didn't know what I was going to do. But I top deck a Supervise. So instead of trying to destroy this Phoenix, I decided to just attack into Fire King. Because I wanted him to destroy this, I wanted him to destroy my Valkyria. I wanted to get my Heavy Knight back and then just banish this Phoenix. But he ends up getting back-to-back Worm. So my deck gets thin. Now I only have 4 cards, and I'm forced to bring my Evocator back as opposed to Heavy Knight of the Flame. Because if I bring Heavy Knight of the Flame, he can crash. So I have to bring my Evocator so that I don't lose this duel. And I top deck, man. I top deck a Gemini Spark. And here, all he had to do was destroy his own field spell. Because what happens if he destroys the field spell? Phoenix is going to come back and it's going to destroy my back row. I'm going to be forced to activate said back row, getting rid of my evocator. And then, you know, he has a monster to protect himself. So more than likely he would have been able to stall until Phoenix comes back. But I think he didn't because he was playing around the floodgate, and that plays into my favor hugely. When I activate the Gemini Spark on the field spell, get rid of both monsters, one of which was Wing Kribo. We top deck another evocator, and we're able to clutch the win. Whew. With one card left in the deck, by the way. And then for this last duel, we have Ancient Gears, Dr. Crowler. And if you're still not convinced at this point of how good Bad Aim is, I recommend you try it. Try it in any deck. Try one copy, try 2 copies. The more you use it, the more you'll like it, trust me. Alright, we're going second, which is fine. And also, Gemini is one of those decks that does not mind going first. So with my going first curse, it's completely fine with this deck. So we have double Bad Aim and a Gemini Spark. We're just gonna end turn. Look at this. Look at this chain. Galaxy Cyclone. I'm gonna activate Bad Aim, get rid of the breaker. And at the same time, go ahead and use my Gemini Spark and get rid of the Middle Age Mechs card thingy. Ancient Gear Castle. He's gonna floodgate my evocator, and I'm like, okay, I'll trade my evocator for your back row. So we got rid of a Canadia there. Sets a card. We get a Valkyria. 2100 to the face. And we still have one Bad Aim. I get kind of greedy with this Bad Aim. I could have just chained it here, gotten rid of that, but I was really scared of destroying a fortress. So I'm just hanging on to my Bad Aim, and I probably shouldn't have. Even here, I could have chained my Bad Aim to destroy that, but then I was like, oh, if this wasn't a fortress, then this is definitely a fortress. And I think he's hanging on to a reactor. So once again, I don't use my Bad Aim when I should have. But we're still in a good spot. So he's gonna get an Ancient Gear Wyvern. Even here, I could have destroyed either of these cards, but I don't. I end up holding onto my Bad Aim for way too long. Galaxy Cyclone is going to destroy the fortress. Fortress doesn't miss timing, so it wasn't like if I destroyed it would have been better. There's the Ancient Gear Reactor. Luckily my Valkyria is going to come back, and I have double Supervise in hand, so we're still in a really good spot even though I lost my Bad Aim. And it gets even better. We pick up a Gemini Spark. I knew he was going to go for Unending Nightmare. I was trying to bait that effect so he would pay the life, and I'm going to use Gemini Spark. Get rid of the Ancient Gear Reactor. Supervise is going to bring back Evocator. Since I have a second Supervise, I would have been able to destroy this, summon Valkyria, and then, you know, kill the Wyvern. It turns to be a Floodgate, which ends up not mattering since I top decked into an Evocator of Gemini Spark. And I get the win. Total domination of Ancient Gears. I honestly think Ancient Gear, if you have your Bad Aims, is a pretty easy matchup for this deck. So yeah, I'm super stoked. Hopefully you guys are gonna see this video probably early in the morning, and then I'll try to stream tonight using this deck to either get out of Platinum, or if I'm already out of Platinum by the time I get to the stream, then we'll use it in Legend and see how we can do. I want to use this, and I want to use the Blue Chicken deck. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. Along my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate it. And until next time.